Hey, welcome back. So it's another episode where I try to ruin your weekend. Get it? Playing some Runeterra. So I'm gonna look to try and get a couple videos of this going on, probably on Fridays as part of a ruining your weekend series here. So what we're playing in Runeterra, this is a deck featuring we're playing a deck from the Freljord with a Noxus backup, and the champions we're playing, we've got to Braum, to Ashe, and a Darius and an Anivia. Um, so I'll walk through the cards. I'll walk through the champions, and then I'll talk through what the deck's trying to do, and then we'll talk through the cards as the games go on. So Braum, um, two major abilities he's got: Challenger, which lets you decide like what I can attack with this and make a creature block him. He doesn't deal damage to that creature, but once he's taken 10 damage, he transforms into um, an '07 Braum. And then whenever he survives damage, we get a Mighty Poro, which is a 3/3 Overwhelm. And then when we play him, his spell is we grant a damaged ally +3/+3. So that's pretty good because if he takes damage, that 3/+3 is permanent. So you can actually have Braum start dealing damage at that point. If you're wondering how he's got 5 but needs to take 10 damage, he's got regeneration, which resets his health to full at the start of each round. Ashe, um, so when you attack, you Frostbite the strongest enemy. What Frostbite does is it makes their power 0 just for that round. But what that's effectively doing is stopping them from killing any of our creatures. Plus, we've got a bunch of spells that interact with Frostbite. And then so Ashe transforms when we frostbitten 5 enemies. So that's why we've got a couple other ways to do it. So when we frostbite, enemies with power 0 can't block. So anything else we frostbite, they can't block. So we're able to start getting through. And then the spell that you get when you transform, the Crystal Arrow, it basically frostbites one enemy and all of their other enemies with power 3 or less, and we draw a card. So what ideally you do is you frostbite them. You can frostbite them. Any small things will get frostbitten. Then they have nothing to block, and you go in. Darius is a really strong finisher. 6/5 Overwhelm. Once you start to get their Nexus to half life at 10, he transforms into a 10/5 with Overwhelm. Overwhelm being like trample. It goes through blockers, deals damage directly to their Nexus, which is basically their life total. And his spell, Decimate, is just a burn spell straight to the Nexus for damage, which is pretty great. Last champion, Anivia. I'd look to maybe play more Anivia in exchange for Darius, possibly. What Anivia does is when you attack, it deals 1 damage to all enemies and a Nexus. So you ping their Nexus, but if the 1 damage to all the enemies is pretty good. When she dies, she goes into Anivia. If anyone that plays the game understands the Anivia reference there. So it goes into Anivia, and then if we're enlightened, which means I have up to that 10 mana max, it transforms back into Anivia. And then once we've transformed Anivia, which comes back from the, like once we've gone egg and we transform, when we attack, it deals 2 damage to everything. All right, let's get into some games. Okay, so we're playing against a I forget what this one's called, the Quiet Lands, and basically a Jinx and a Zed. So if they've only got 2 champions, because you can only do a maximum of 3 cards, they're probably playing 3 of each. So looking at this hand, I've got a 2-drop. I've got the Braum, which is pretty great. I think we'll keep this. I might not look to Frostveil. I might. It's hard to say. We'll have to see whether we want to play that early or not. Calling Strike is great, just killing anything with power 3 or less, because once we Frostbite, we can then Calling Strike literally anything. I don't have anything to Frostbite off this, so I don't know if it's worth it. I think I'd rather wait to get my Braum out. So we'll just pass the turn here. That puts my mana for spells up to 3 as well, which is going to be helpful if I need to. Then I've got the combo of Iceveil Archer into a Calling Strike. Anything that they might play on their turn. Especially if they play something like a Zed. I'd like to definitely kill like a Zed or a champion like that. This Rime Tusk Shaman, at the start of each round, we Frostbite the strongest enemy. So basically I get a Frostbite them each turn.
The shrouded path.
Excellent. So I think we just played that out exactly the way we wanted to. So let's play our Iceveil Archer. Frostbite their Zed. And then I can follow that up with the Calling Strike to get rid of Zed. They've got 3 spell mana open also. I don't think that's enough to really interact with, though. So I think we'll be okay to kill the Zed. Okay. So let's Calling Strike Zed there. Not really sure what they're thinking about, but they've got 3 mana up, so okay. I do find in this game, maybe people are multi-queuing. It can take them a little longer to think through everything. Alright, so back to our turn now. Well, we have to place up on both their turns, but we can attack here. Okay, so the Weirding Stones gives me 1 extra mana each round. I can play Weirding Stones. This gives me a power 5 creature if I want. Or I can get Braum out to survive some damage. You know what? I think I like I've got some expensive stuff. I want to be able to play a lot of mana, so since this guy can't, there's no point in attacking. If I attack before he does anything, like if I attack at the start, he can't play anything in response to me attacking, so he can't get a blocker out yet. If I play the Weirding Stones and then attack, even though I won't attack with it, it gives him a chance to play a blocker. So this only lets him interact with fast or burst type spells. Yeah, okay, so he had to go through, so he's going to deal 2 damage to this, I'm guessing. Do I want to... do I care that much? Or do I want the extra mana? I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. I could give it +4/+4 and keep it alive this round, but I don't think that's really worth it. Like, I'm not gaining a ton of advantage off of that. Let's see. So, what did he... So, when you cast or discard...
I'm on it.
So he casted that to get the Jury Rig out. So let's get our Weirding Stones. And that's going to put 2 mana, get us up to 2 mana. This is at round start, which means in both of our rounds too. Yeah, so we've got 6 to his 5, which is great. Oh, fantastic. So we've got an Ashe as well.
How can I help?
You know what? I think that I like, I can go... I'm going to play the Rime Tusk Shaman. That's going to work really well with the Ashe. Okay, so these guys basically, you play them for free.
Did that sound right?
I'm just going to take this damage. It's not a lot. I think I've got too much value coming up. Like, these guys are just giving me too much value. So let's play. I can get Ashe
All the
and Braum
world
here.
on one arrow.
Okay, so when we attack, I'll get Frostbite. Or
Will protect you.
Avarosans protect each other.
okay, this should be a solid round depending on what they play. Okay, so let's.
There is no
We're gonna
shelter.
attack in.
My shield is my sword.
I can challenge. So we should be frostbiting this, so it won't do much as a blocker. I want my Braum to take some damage, so we will Eager Apprentice
We
to
should
block
be
the Braum.
friends.
So let's attack. That's going to trigger. Yeah, so that gets Frostbite. So they don't have great blocks here. Yeah, I take one here, but I'll kill. We'll trade. So Braum gets took 2, gets his life back up. And do I want to draw a champion? What champions will I get? I've got Darius, Ashe, or Anivia. Anivia would be fantastic. So let's actually see if we can draw an Anivia. Darius is fine. Like, especially seeing as their things are pretty small. Darius will be fine. Anivia would have been great though, because when I attack, it deals 1 damage. We would have like wiped their board.
The frost reveals all to me.
So we've got Ashe up to 4 frostbites, and this lets me frostbite an enemy as well. We should be transforming next turn with Ashe, because we'll frostbite at the round start with the Rime Tusk Shaman here. Okay, so there's 2 things to frostbite. Do I want to play my Darius? I have 9. Yeah, okay, so I can play Darius and have enough to frostbite.
Mine is the hand of
They're
Noxus.
Jinx. So if they attack in with Jinx, we can block with Darius, frostbite it, keep Darius alive. Summon to exact. Ooh. That will sting, because that's 7. A lot of power coming through. I wonder what happens if I frostbite this first.
The time is right. Strike now.
If they come as
Avarosa, guide me.
The Legion waits.
I wonder if they become 06 copies. I'm gonna find out here. Let's see, do they become 06 copies or 7/6s? Oh yeah, we got them. Good job, you got 3 06s. And I've got
Sends chills up my spine.
yeah, alright. Okay, so can we kill them this turn? I think we can. So what I need to do here is let's get Averin health guard down. Now, I think what I need to do is move him. I think this should let me move them around.
Today you are King Ku.
Oh, no, I can't move. I can't actually kill them this turn. But we're going to. Don't want to attack yet. So we're going to. Oh, I have to slow this. So we will frostbite the big fellow.
the power of an Iceborn.
So that should frostbite everything that they have. And I think they can't block now as well. Oh, enemies with power 0 can't block. Okay, so they have one thing that... How does that keep one? I don't know. Doesn't matter. And now let's...
Shatter them.
Do I need him? Oh yeah, okay. I can play him, frostbite an enemy as well. No, let's not. Let's undo that. Okay, let's attack in.
There is no shelter.
Avarosans, stand together. First we
And
fight.
I can Braum out this guy
This is
out of
fun,
combat.
yes?
Let's attack. Oh wow, he's even frostbitten now. So this makes blocking for them really challenging. They 1, 2, 3, that's 9, 10, 11. So what I wanted to be able to do is move Darius to the other side. So, because I think before Darius, like once he sees that it's down,
You're starting to
He'll
bore
pump.
me.
Blood for Noxus.
okay. So we can end the round here.
Ice runs in our veins.
Give an enemy unit with frostbite. Okay, so I can give. Oh, good. Okay, we've done that to the Jinx. So I've got 10 mana on this. I've currently in hand. I've got 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, I got 12, and I've got 12. So I should be able to play my whole hand here if I need to. I don't think Fury of the North. I will save this probably to just overwhelm Darius, and that should be enough to kill them. But like they have no good attacks here. Do I have anything I need to play? Not really.
The frost reveals all to me.
That's a fast, that's a slow. I think we just go all in here. Can I play both? So I'm gonna frostbite that guy. So why don't we go and just to make sure. Well, so we'll stun their 2-1, or stun their 2-3.
Empires are built upon action. Move.
And then we're going to go into our attack. Maybe. What's he doing here? To play this spell, spend all your mana, deal 13 damage to a unit. What's he dealing it to? To Darius. 13 damage to Darius. I think that's okay. Well, it's not ideal, but I can't even pump him, so do I need to make anything block this turn? I will look to just probably get... Oh, I have another creature I can play, so let's play the Iceveil Archer. I will Frostbite. Therefore, 4.
Locked and ready.
Oh, I shouldn't have Frostbite in the 4/4 because Ashe is going to Frostbite something.
Shatter them.
My shield is my sword.
So we'll make we'll get the block
Good
here,
luck. Have fun.
and did I not make one of the other creatures vulnerable? I thought I did. That's fine. This is a burst speed. Okay, so let's attack. and then depending on how they block, I should be fine to burst to get 4/4 to something, and that should definitely be enough to kill them. Ah, they're dead anyway. There we go. All right, GG's.
A new Freljord will rise.
All right, so it looks like we're up against a mirror match here. They probably are running 2 ofs for some of those things. Oh, okay, so 6s and 7s. I'll probably look to keep Reckoning. Yeah, these 2 will keep my sweepers, but I'm going to look to get some lower cost things going on. Wow. That wasn't it. That was not it. Alright, that's going to be really helpful if we can keep the weirding stones out. Burrow snacks! So, okay, all their... So they must have... Okay, so they're not playing a... Their deck wouldn't be that similar because they're playing a lot of Poros. Oh, great. Okay, we got a Braum. I mean, yeah, I'll just play my own weirding stones. Why not, right? Yeah, hit him with the emoji there. I can get him back with it. Big, give him a little Braum wave high. So we're up to 5. They're up to 5. I mean, let's play the Everosan Hearthguard here. So make everything in my deck bigger.
The War Mother will unite us all.
So basically, this is one of the things that I like about Runeterra over Magic, because it's built as a digital game first.
All the world on one
There's some cool
arrow.
stuff they can do. So what they were able to do, right, is I can give everything in this deck, like it has the context to give everything in the deck that feature. Okay, so he's got the Ashe. If he wants to trade my Ashe, I'm okay with it. I don't think he will. I definitely want to get rid of his Ashe, though, so how will we do that? I've got 8. I have 8. I need 9 to Frostbite and kill all power 0. Kill all units with power 4 or less. Well, I can go to that approach instead, so I can... I think we do that, actually. This is... Right? So let's Frostbite Ashe.
Winter take you.
Let's see if he plays a small creature. Like...
Avarosans, stand together.
Yeah, no, he doesn't want to attack with the Ashe. Okay, so I could kill all enemies with power 0, or I can kill... Okay, they basically... I think I'd rather keep my 2 guys out, so let's Frost Breath here. And that gets rid of his Ashe and his Weirding Stones, which will give me the mana advantage. It keeps his 3/2. Oh, wow. Okay, this guy might end up in my deck. If he strikes a creature with power 0, it kills it. Nice. Heimerdinger, big brains. But because I played this guy, I should have no 0, like except what was in my hand, but I shouldn't have any 0s left. So I will play my own Ashe
I
here.
will unite the Freljord.
Cool, so I actually really like that guy.
Winter is the Freljord's true ruler.
This is actually a pretty similar deck to mine, now that I'm seeing it here. So I think next turn we may look to actually wipe their board. So let's attack in first. We're gonna Frostbite something. If he blocks here, okay. Oh, nice, nice, very nice. So I'm gonna end the round. And what I'm going to look to do is basically wipe the board next turn. So I have a power of 5 or greater. Like if I get... Oh, that will kill my own Ashe, though.
All the world on one arrow.
I can Frostbite their Ashe. Yeah, I like that. So let's Frostbite their Ashe. So I will lose my...
Show me a target.
So they're attacking him with all 3. So that will kill my Ashe anyway. I can't skip blocks. Can I make it bigger? Do I need to? I need to block, so I can't play my slow. Okay. I mean, we'll just skip blocks here. Ashe is gonna...
Continue without me.
Ashe died. Unfortunate. I wiped the board. And I have a 5/5 left and they're at 4 life, so... And then whatever they play, I can stun their blocker if they play one.
Cold.
I can stun their blocker and swing in. I actually can Braum to pull anything away also. Okay. So let's Braum here.
Braum is on the job.
So if they don't have a follow-up, I can Braum their creature and I'll get in for 5.
My shield is my sword.
So we'll start with that, make them interact.
We should be friends.
Yes, my Braum will die. But this is going to force... Like, they need to have a spell.
Fight another day.
They don't! Boom. Got him. Got him. Okay, so one of the things I'm doing as well with this game is I want to try and do this without putting in any of my own money, just purely in-game grinding to see how the grind is. So far, everything we've played has just been through grind, and we're right now working through some of the rewards, so might as well open some of these as we go and see what we get. So with the experience I got at the end of that win, that's enough to open this capsule here. So let's see what we got in our capsule. Feral Mystic, Feral Mystic. So Enlightened is when you have 10 mana. It gets +4/+4. So you can have a 6/6 for 2. Shards for letting you craft into things. When he survives, okay. And Scarmandinger Reaver, 4/5 regenerate, overwhelm. Okay, not great. Oh, so because it opened up an extra copy of something, it gave me the 15 shards instead. Okay. So I'm working through the Freljord mission here. I had the other one going. So basically the way the missions work is for the different regions, you progressively, like you start with not needing a ton of experience to get things, and then you work your way through. And you do that for each region. I think you get specific region items. Plus you get the XP boost for each round. So working our way through, seeing where we get to. So let's just wrap up with the deck and close it out. Okay, so honestly, I think this deck was pretty good. That fellow that he played at the end, that when he has Challenger and blocks a 0 power creature, was pretty good. So I might look to get him in as possibly an addition. Probably actually I would get him in over these Starlit Seekers. Otherwise, I actually kind of liked where this deck was at. Good removal, the ability to get rid of their biggest creatures makes it really challenging for them to block because when they block, they're dying and we're not. Darius was okay, but I think another champion. I'm always on the fence with Darius. He's so good. Like he's so good, but I feel like sometimes he might be overkill. So maybe not as needed. Yeah. Otherwise, I really like the interaction with being able to kill the power zero. So this like the Winter's Breath was great. We wiped out a good portion of their board. And the other that other board wipe we played where we wiped out Reckoning, yeah. When Frostbite, because it makes their power less than, well, it makes it 0, which is 4 or less. That works really, really well. It just means we might risk killing some of our own creatures, but if we've got some of our big creatures left, this Reckoning can just absolutely wreck them and can come through for a lot of damage. So I liked it. Anyway, I hope this ruined your weekend. Please make sure you drop a like and subscribe, and let me know how you like Runeterra. If you've tried it yourself, if you started the grind, let me know. Thanks, and have a good one.